So, Giant Octopus, probably the worst Kaiju in Kaiju Arisen 5.0. The only thing going for them is stealth, as their small size allows them to easily sneak up on players. And even with its F and X attack, which can blind players, as soon as the player that got blinded can see again, it's basically game over for Giant Octopus. And that's all I have to say. Overall, the biggest mistake a new Kaiju Arisen 5.0 player can make is to choose Giant Octopus as their starter. In E tier we have Shin-Goku. That is Shin Godzilla third form. While he isn't terrible, he certainly isn't good. Though his X and F attacks are enough to save him from going to F tier with Giant Octopus. Oh yeah, and his X and F attack, they are very decent when fighting more than one player. So yeah, Shin-Goku is very decent for new players, although there are certainly better options. In D tier we have Gojira 1954, probably the best starter in the game, and the starter I chose when I first played Kaiju Arisen 5.0. His X attack is everything Shin-Goku's F attack is but better. And his third attack, which can come very handy if you're getting overwhelmed by a large group of enemy players. Overall, picking Gojira 1954 when starting Kaiju Arisen 5.0 could boost your journey on becoming a pro. At the bottom of C tier we have Haze Gojira. His high HP is the only thing stopping him from going to D tier with Gojira 1954. He is a very decent Kaiju, and his first attack can help if you're getting overwhelmed, and his second attack can help in ambushing other players. Overall, he's a pretty solid Kaiju, and he's actually not even bad. It's just that most Kaijus are better than him. That damned. With the fact that he has a lot of weaknesses. At the top of C tier we have Obsidious. He is the cheapest non-starter Kaiju and he's very good for new players, and he's a DPS demon, and the only Kaijus that could escape from him are MG21 and Eva, so I recommend getting Obsidious if you're just starting out. At the bottom of B tier we have Knifehead. Knifehead is basically the polar opposite of Obsidious. While Obsidious's game plan is mostly spamming attacks and killing the enemy as fast as humanly possible, Knifehead requires real strategy and critical thinking in order to be useful at all. Overall, he is very hard to master, and that is why I put him at the bottom of B tier. Next in B tier we have Gorosaurus. While he is also a DPS demon like Obsidious, there is a major factor that separates Obsidious from Gorosaurus, and that being the X attack. While Obsidious's X attack requires the enemy to be in close range, Gorosaurus's X attack has an extremely good range, and you have to be very far away to be safe from Gorosaurus's X attack. Overall, Gorosaurus is the S tier Kaiju of early game, and he helped me the most in grinding while I was in early game. At the top of B tier we have Showa-Gigan, the first mid-game Kaiju. Showa-Gigan is basically everything Gorosaurus is but better, and it's nearly impossible to escape a Showa-Gigan, and it's extremely easy to ambush players with Showa-Gigan, and ambushing is a very effective strategy when it comes to Showa-Gigan. One ambush from Showa-Gigan could spell game over for even S tier Kaijus, although his below average health and defense gata keeps him from going into A tier with the boys. Now in A tier we have Sachiel, everyone's favorite angel. While he doesn't require as much strategy as Knifehead, he certainly isn't a no-skiller. His main weakness is attack breaking, as he has very low defense, though he makes up for that with above average health and decent DPS. So overall Sachiel isn't top tier, but is by no means low tier. Next in A tier we have Kaiju. He has pretty good attacks and can outrun most Obsidiouses, and his X attack is one of the best X attacks in my opinion, and I personally don't think there's anything wrong with him. It's just that the next Kaijus in the tier list are simply better in one way or another. Next we have Godzilla Ultima. He is the ultimate tank, second only to Cherno Alpha, with his 3 kilos of cocaine level range, and insane damage. P. Truly deserves the higher levels of A tier. At the top of A tier we have Showa MG. While sure he has pretty mediocre health, he has some of the most insane DPS in the game, and the circle run method that EVA and MG21 mains is completely useless against Showa MG, due to his first attack, and his third attack is the god of crowd control, and honestly the only reason I didn't put him in S tier is because his head falls off when low up, making it so he can't use his X attack, fourth attack in the roars. At the bottom of S tier we have Cherno Alpha, the communist robot daddy. He has both the highest health and defense in the game. He has such a high defense that he has attack breaking immunity, which highly lowers the skill requirements for Cherno Alpha to be good. Overall in my opinion he's insanely underpriced for a Kaiju like him. Next in S tier we have Evangelion Unit 01, also known as EVA. EVA is the fastest Kaiju in the game, and is nearly unbeatable, and it would have easily been the strongest Kaiju in the game if it wasn't for its bullshit health. And finally, at the top of S tier we have Mecha Godzilla 2021, also known as MG21. MG21 is a generalist jack of all trades type Kaiju, which means it has almost no weaknesses, and it will probably have a counter to almost anything you throw at it. And it's no wonder MG21 is the most expensive Kaiju in the game. Alright, the video is over now, and if you're not gonna leave a comment you can click out of the video if you want. Now hear me out, before you leave a comment like OMG why did you put insert Kaiju here into insert tier here? They deserve to be in insert tier here. Any Kaiju could be A or even S tier if you use it perfectly, and can easily be E or F tier if you use it completely differently than how it's supposed to be used. This tier list just looks at the Kaiju in general, not specifically, so yeah, now that you heard this you can leave any type of comment you want.